So today is a very happy and a very, very auspicious day for all of us. That we have to offer just a thread to our brothers for their protection. I've already told you the story of Alexander the Great. How many of you have not heard it? Raise your hands. Look at that. Can't be. Alright. So I'll tell you the story of Alexander. You're very clever, I know. Alright. So, the story of Alexander is like this. That Alexander the Great invaded India, you know, much before Buddha was born. Or we can say, after Buddha was born. And he went with the idea of conquering the whole of India. He was a very powerful man. But God did not want that perhaps. So he was once defeated and one king called Guru arrested him. Alexander had married an Indian lady. And when he was under the arrest of this king, that was the day of this Raksha Bandhan, the same day. So, she was a clever lady. She put one thread like this in a small little plate and covered it nicely with some nice cloth and sent it to the king Guru in his court. When he took it to the court, somebody and gave it to him, he had to wear it because that was the day of Raksha Bandhan. And that day anybody who sends you this thread, you become the brother. So then he asked, who is my sister? So they said, she is the wife of Alexander. And he got really upset with him because a sister's husband is something very great in India. So he rushed to the jail, he fell straight on his knees and begged of his pardon. He said, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know you were the husband of my sister. He said, what? Yeah, you are. And I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for this thing that I have changed you this way and put you here and put behind the bars. This was very wrong on my part. And he was so apologetic that Alexander could not understand the whole thing. Not only that, he brought him back and put him on the throne, his own throne. And he said, now you rule here. I cannot say anything. Now you have become the real king and I have to become sort of your subject. So Alexander started looking at him. He said, I can't understand this. So then he went to his house. With so many things that the king had given him. He gave jewelry, he gave saris, clothes for him and all kinds of things, plus horses and elephants. And then when he reached home, he found that his wife was smiling behind the doors. He said, what's the matter? He said, don't you understand? He said, no, I don't understand. These Indians are funny people. I mean, I was such a dangerous man. He had put me in the jail and now he has released me. I just can't understand this. Indians, how can this happen to a person who is so dangerous? So then she smiled and she said, see, today is the day of Raksha Bandhan and this is the thread I sent him. And because this thread got tied to him, he became my brother and he had to release you because you are my brother. He was so frightened. He said, that's it, I'm going home. Because with these Indians who can leave a prisoner only on a thread, you can't manage. These people are very difficult. You could not understand. Somebody can translate it in a Italian, because there's some Italian people here. You can do it later on. The story can be told to them in Italian language. So this is what it is. It's so important that on this day, if this is tied on your wrist, then we become brothers and sisters. Now in Sahaja, brotherhood is the most important. That is the friendliness among ourselves. When you are very good brothers and sisters, first of all, your left should be this left should be. You get this left should be because we don't have proper brother and sister relationship. It's not that we should have our own system, but any woman who is a surgeon is your sister, except for your own wife. And this is the feeling, unless and until we develop that pure feeling in ourselves, you cannot work out surgery. Surgery cannot be worked out. I know it's difficult to digest, but it's a fact. You have to feel clean and pure within your heart. Now see, we have so many surgeries together, live in our shop. We have no problems. But supposing if you had these problems, this girl is running away with that one, that boy is running with that girl, you would not have known with whom she's living today. And those problems can only be solved if you have the proper sense of a sister and a brother. And that is our dharma. That is our beliefs. That we should know that we have a brother who is our lucky brother and all others are also our brothers. A pure relationship must exist between brothers and sisters, and of course you have your own wife, which is your private thing. There should be something like private in Sahaja, and that is the only thing that is private for you, that's your husband and wife. The rest of it is all collective, and we have to live in a collective way among ourselves in very pure relationships. Now as it is, we have to be in a collective way. At the slightest provocation, people become non-collective. They cannot have rapport with other surgeries. They cannot talk to other surgeries. They cannot drink with other surgeries, then something wrong. They must understand something wrong with them and nothing wrong with others. I know of a surgery who came and told me, Mother, they are very unkind to me, they are very suspicious of me, they do this and that. Nothing of the kind, because his own mind that was working like that and giving him ideas against other surgeries. So never criticize your brothers and sisters. There's no need to criticize. If you have to criticize, criticize yourself. Best way is to criticize yourself and see for yourself what's wrong with you that you cannot fit into the collective. As you know, it's a tremendous task and so important today, so vital, that we all should establish Sahaja properly. Without Sahaja, you see any other remedy, any other solution for today's chaos, we do not see. Now what will we have to do? I would say you must bring Himalayas here. Nor do I say that you must swim for 7 miles together. Nor do I say that you must take the plane which will take you round the world in one night. Nothing of the kind. These feats are not needed. A simple feat of rapport, of love being communicated to us. Just a simple thing is the simplest. You see the children, how they are so simple, how they are so natural, that they immediately feel the love and immediately react. But we cannot. Why? What is the reason? Why can't we react in that way? Why our attention is not on that point where we should react in such a manner that we should be absolutely congenial, enjoy each other's company. The reason is our attention is outside. And the attention is outside the West, as you have seen here, on something wrong. because there is no brother and sister between. Supposing a brother and sister are walking, they won't look at each other, will they? Will they be watching each other? No. But the attention that goes outside all the time towards all kinds of funny things, because there is no relationship. Unity helps you to understand the beauty of a person. Otherwise, there's thought in between. Always a thought. If it's a dirty thought, of course, the purity is not there at all. But even other thoughts like possessiveness, of criticism, say, of repulsion, anything like that can kill the joy. So try to understand that there's something wrong with you. That's why you cannot get truly connected. We are one homogeneous, big, huge family. And for any mother, what is the greatest pleasure, which I've told you many times, is that to see her children enjoying each other, loving each other. And when I see all of you loving each other and pulling each other's legs and teaching everyone and enjoying each other's company, I really enjoy it. And when you shout at each other and also sometimes box each other, I like it. Because that's an expression of love. And that is what we have to learn how to express ourselves. First, express yourself to your fellow beings that are your kith and kin are certain. They are your brothers and they are your sisters. And once Christ was told, your brother and sister have come. He said, who are my brothers and who are my sisters? These are his brothers and these are his sisters. He is the youngest brother you have and you are all his brothers and sisters. That is how one should understand that this is a relationship of brother and sister. And that's such a pure relationship. Now, when this relationship goes on, you get into troubles. Very much into troubles. Whenever I went to Cambridge, I found Vishnu Maya who just want a party there. Every time there used to be lightning. This time it was at least 108 times. There was bombardment when I was there. Whole night I could sleep, I was muttering. But now I realize what was the reason. That in Cambridge University, it's a university just like Oxford, any other university. But Cambridge University is one of the most important universities. In that university, there are young people, young boys, young girls studying. In a university, the relationship between brother and sister should be absolutely pure. So pure that generations together we cannot marry. As we have in our country the Motkas. What are the Motkas? Are the universities. And people cannot marry the same Motra for generations together. So now suppose my Motra is Shandiya, which must be 30,000-40,000 years back. And even today I cannot marry a person who is from the same group. So imagine such purity was maintained. And that is what it is in a university. There is no purity maintained. That's the reason in Cambridge I found that whenever I go there, Vishnu Maya goes on just, I don't know, she would just goes mad. And every time we have had this experience. And now I know the reason, so I'm sure next time she won't do that. It's very important, especially in young age, to understand that we have to keep our attention very still. If you do not gather wisdom in young age, you can never have wisdom in old age. In young age, you must try to gather wisdom. It's very important. And this wisdom comes from Sri Ganesha, as you know. And what is Sri Ganesha? Is innocence, is purity, and also is knowledge. From that, it comes to you. And that purity has to be kept the way Sri Ganesha had kept in his own incarnation as Christ. So we have to understand that our attention has to be so pure that it should not waste any one of our energies. You know that with purity in your eyes, even a glance can create such a beautiful life for us. Even a glance. So one has to try is to get very pure eyes. Thou shalt not have adulterous eyes. This is what we have to follow, all of us, and our attention has to be, alright, for that this Raksha Bandhan is a very good thing. It is a very good thing in which you create such personality of your own that you do not anymore try to put your attention on wrong. Now this attention goes out to many other things also, like aggressiveness, can be possessiveness. But the main thing is this, that if you do not have lust in your eyes, 50% you are alright. And half or 50% is greed, for which you have to work on the Ravi Chakra and which will work it out on Diwali. So for today, I think we have to remember that to get rid of all the lust from our eyes, we are celebrating today this beautiful, auspicious day to celebrate the love between brothers and sisters. Now I don't know whom you have chosen to be your new sister today, but it should not be just in our lip service. Sister is a sister, and all your life you have to remember she is your sister. You have to look after her benevolence and her good life, and she has to bless you, or she has to pray to God that you should be always protected. May God bless you.
कुछ संस्कार के लिए